Alrighty. Oh my God. Open. Hello, good morning. Oh, I picked up some of this color. That's alright, I'll be covering it anyways, so. Hi, Sabrina. How are you this morning? You're still cleaning your craft area? Yeah, I did that the last few days, and now I can't find nothing. Hi, Candy. How are you? Can you guys see me? See my? Sorry. There we go. You guys can see that all right, okay? Because it's a big one. Just gonna move this up, move this out there. Oh, okay, that looks good. It's a little bit further than I usually like, but what I'm working on is kind of hard. There we go. How's that? So I do Sun and Moon Arts collab. She gives us a prompt each month. This month's prompt is, hang on, I got it wrote down. Mother Gaia or Mother Earth. And then you roll with it and you make an interpretation. Well, when I look them up because I was like, Mother Gaia. Well, when I looked it up, it's a great great thing. And I'm kind of going with Mother Earth. And I have this beautiful picture I found this morning. Ain't shit that beautiful? She's going to go in the center, but I'm going to build a background up behind her. So that's what I'm working on today. And I decided, come on, visit with y'all while I do it. Oh, hair dryer's unplugged. I kind of got an idea in my head. We'll see how it works, but so, what are you up to today, Candy? God, that's louder than usual. Okay. Now, she's gonna go right here, kind of. I don't want her center. I want her slanted. I'm gonna slant her this way. My pencil. I know. I'm just gonna lightly do the square. Uh, just so I kind of know the general vicinity, that's gonna be covered up anyways, but kind of gives me a perspective of where I can work things. I have an idea in my head, and we're just gonna see how it works. Because when I think of Mother Earth, I think trees, I think humans, I think animals, river, water. So, I just think all that. My perspective. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a light color, this blue. Okay, Friday. Just let me know if I owe you anything. I probably do. I know I do. Ooh, this blue's darker than I thought, but that's all right. So I'll change it up here in a second. Ouch. That's the blue I wanted. So. Yes. Oh my God. Is that coming opening? Any truck staff, a reasonable price. You grab for me, girl. No, next Friday. Hi, Kathy. Hello, Kathy Cox. Oh. What did I miss? All right. Hi, Jennifer. Good morning. Wow. Oh, sorry, ladies. Oh, I don't know where that came from. And down one more time. Here could use a little bit right there. I'm going to turn it so I want this edge a little bit better here. Okay. Very blue. I ain't going to stay blue. Give this a dry. Actually, I got this one before I finish this off. Let me have. Looks so odd to have that white showing through, even if I can't get it all. It's just bugging me. Looks a lot nicer too, probably. I know. Yeah, they're still down at my father-in-law's cutting the tree down. I can hear them. I can hear them. Yeah, that looks better. That's the whole thing, you know. In my opinion, it looks better. Oh. All right. Now, trying to think how I want to do this again. And then she's going to be in the center. And I keep covering up my square that I painted. Here, here, here. Okay. Just a smidgen that way. That's good right there. Okay. All right. Now, I'm running through things in my head right now, thoughts. Because to me, Mother Earth, this is my Mother Earth. She's very pretty. She's native. And when it comes to thinking about everything in my aspect of life, Mother Earth has created trees, rivers, animals. I'm thinking, uh, okay. And I know a lot of people wouldn't agree with me, you know. It's a tree. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah. Right. That way. Right. Not the best tree, but it's a tree. Big branch limb coming from here off to the side. And then some. Alright. It's good. I think my tree looks pretty good. And I'm just going to cover some of it. It's not my best work, I'll tell you that. Okay. Hi, Teresa. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah. Oh. I gotta dry this because the gray didn't show up. That was gray, guys, and it didn't show up because it blended too much in with brown. So, my tree looks funky. This branch looks funky. But once I add the picture there, plus there's gonna be leaves, it's not gonna look so bad. I hope. Spot right there. This is my Art and Moon Arts project. The theme is Mother Gaia or Mother Earth. So I'm going with Mother Earth, and I'm doing an interpretation. And then when I looked up Mother Gaia, I thought this cool, pretty picture. She's native. I think she's very pretty. She's going to be in the center, like so. And a tree always represents life. So that's my tree. I'm working on a tree. Because I have to have it up on the 30th. When's the 30th? Wednesday. So I thought I'd just come on and do it. Talk to you fine people out in the world of YouTube land. Because she's going to go in the center. Like that. That's how I'm going to have her. She'll be right there. Of course, I'm going to have some leaves going around the tree. The tree's always around the tree of life, you know. And I'm going to bring in some like grass. And then I'm going to go grab different little elements. It's going to go. Basically, I'm working on the background. I hate that limb. But, oh well. It'll semi be covered up once I start adding the greens in there. I mean, am I the only one that think like tree of life? I know it's not the tree of life that everybody's standard tree of life. It's my tree of life. Oh. Hey. Added a different kind of look to the tree. That's all. Still don't like that limb. Yeah, I'll just leave it. I made it too thick. It should have been a thick limb, but oh well. I'm gonna let that dry a little bit. Then I'm gonna add some leaves. Does it look too kiddish right now? Let me know in the comments. Does it look like a 5-year-old did that tree? Hmm? I tell ya. But it is mixed media, so it's supposed to be funky in my opinion anyway. It's world of mixed media, right? So, it's some green. You think it's okay? Good. Alright. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All I needed to know. Alright, I'm cleaning up a little bit if you're wondering what I'm doing. I got paint all on one side here, and I don't want it to mix, so I'm cleaning before I put down the next color. If you're wondering why I ain't doing nothing, I'm doing something, you just can't see me. And if I don't like after I get it made, because I lost my thought, yeah, it's, oh, not on my sticker. My buddy gave me that last night. My friend, my local police officer in the neighborhood, is a very nice man, gave me this last night. It says, "We back 2020, the badge." And it's the colors of police. I'm letting this kind of dry a little bit. Here goes nothing. See, that branch looks good though. You can kind of see it, kind of not. It don't stick out like a sore thumb. All right. Okay. Let's see what's going on in chat here. Candy saying hello, 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 hello to everybody that's watching and everybody that's coming in. Oh, thanks for the 4 thumbs up. I greatly appreciate that. I gotta put more dark green down. I didn't put enough dark green. How is everybody today? all that work and you really don't see my branches. You kind of do. Maybe when it dries, it'll come through again. Okay. There. Just gonna go like that. You get the impression of a tree, right? That's what I'm going for. And if I really don't like it, because I accidentally hit the wrong button, I can put the big one on and cover it all up. You know what? I don't even like it. But I'm gonna roll with it. Hi, Kilburn. 16. I never claimed to be an artist, that's for sure. I just want that to be noted. Alright. You kind of get the idea. She's gonna go right in the center. Right there. Whoop. I'm gonna bring it down to the line. You got a little line right there, but worried about it. Okay, let's put her in. And marks. Try a little bit. All right, Kathy, you go get some rest. I'm going to go clean my brushes real quick because I am done painting on this. Ow. Well, I forced myself to go to bed last night. I slept good. I was watching all the riots going on and stuff in Kentucky. And when I went to bed, I heard there was 2 police officers shot last night. I don't know if they survived or what, but I think people need to get a grip in this country, I tell you. Sad, but they need to get a grip. Okay. All right, Christine. Hi, Erica. Hey, you're getting it. If you're working, you're still working. So you're watching YouTube at the same time. All right, so now trying to debate what I want to do here. Oh, I forgot to grab something when I was up. Ouch. I reorganized my craft room and now I can't remember where I put stuff. Oh, yeah. I know exactly what I'm looking for. Oh. Where is this open? Okay. I'm flustered now because I don't know where I put it. I did not put it on my dresser. Oh boy. Give me a few minutes. I will find it. Oh. down there. Hey, I tell ya. Put something away. Good morning. Don't worry. I baked up all my stuff that I have. Go that maybe, or I was going to do this one. I have to make sure. Oh no, I'm saving that. Wouldn't that be a cool belly band in a journal? Okay, I'm gonna mute you real quick. That's Diamond calling. I gotta take that. She's at school. I am sorry, everybody. That was Diamond. She had to go get all 3 kids at school because they think Allie's got COVID. And to find out she actually had contact, Allie, all the kids did. This past weekend, after Allie left here, they went to their cousins who failed to tell. This is the biggie. Ready for this one? Because Diamond says the kids went there. Failed to tell my daughter and son-in-law that the niece's school is totally shut down because they had too many outbreaks of COVID at that school where their niece goes. So now Allie is showing the symptoms. And they're on their way right now. Diamond got the kids. They're on their way. Yeah. Oh, where the niece went to school, they had 22 cases. 22 cases. And Diamond says, Mom, I totally went off on Cassie. And I'm like, okay, why? First she didn't tell me about Allie. And I'm like, why? She didn't freaking tell me that they closed Anna's school down because they had 23 cases of COVID. And I'm like, okay. She goes, guess where I am? And I'm like, I don't know. She goes, I'm sitting outside the parking lot at the kids' school as they're bringing the 3 kids out to me because Allie has a fever, a headache, and shortness of breath. And I go, and? She goes, so now I have to get the kids tested. This would be the second time. Because Coda just got tested 2 weeks ago, and he was on quarantine for 14 days, even if his test came back negative. She goes, because I messaged Cassie like a responsible parent responsible parent. I messaged Cassie, keep an eye on Anna. Allie's showing high symptoms, as the school nurse said. Allie's symptoms are not, they're high. The runny nose, the fever, shortness of breath, the headache are higher symptoms of it. In a kid's point, in a kid aspect. So she says, just in case. And then she said that Cassie came back, oh, I forgot to tell you. Anna's school shut down because there's 23 cases of COVID. And she goes, and you let my kids have contact with Anna? She could be a carrier. So she's pissed. So now she goes, I'm sitting in one parking lot just to leave this parking lot and go to another parking lot at the NIDA clinic. Oh, she did. Diamond said I called her mom. That's why she called me, because she goes, I want to call her. She goes, oh yeah, I bitched. But she says, I want to call Cassie so much more things and call her and rip her a new one, but I'm calling you to vent. And I'm like, get it? Yeah. So she's like, I'm leaving one parking lot, going to another parking lot for my kids to get tested again. I said, are they testing all 3 or just Allie? She goes, that's up to the clinic. She said, matter of fact, Diamond just told me last week, because I didn't realize Coda was home. Because I called Diamond in the middle afternoon. I'm like, why is Coda home? She goes, he's been home Coda went to school a total of 3 days. Coda just went back to school on Monday. And now this. She made a comment to me. She goes, Mom, if this happens one more time, I think I'm going to pull the kids. And she goes, I don't know what I can do, because Diamond's a full-time student right now. She goes, I might have to lose that money. She was crying. She was crying to me and her grandpa. She goes, because I can't continue with my schooling if I have to school my own kids at home. She goes, I'm just going to have to. They're in a couple days and then they're out a couple days. That's how it's been. I mean, you figure my grandkids only started school, let's see, the 2nd or the 1st of September. Coda went 3 days and just went back to school Monday. And now Allie, another 14 days they have to stay home. Automatically 14 days. Doesn't matter if the tests come back negative or not. Automatic 14 days at home regardless. Yeah. Hi, Kathy. She is so mad right now. So mad. Because she went to let the kids go out there. I said to Diamond, I said, you know that stay at home, no contact with anybody? She goes, yeah. I said, I think that's what you're going to have to do. She goes, yep, that's what Sam said when I called Sam at work. I said, you have minimum contact because I said, you can't control where that other person may be or go. I said, you know me and Daddy's lifestyle. I'm home. I run a store. Daddy goes to work. We don't socialize. Hi, Kathy. Socialize too much outside our. She's like, yep. 14 days. Yep. Automatic 14 days regardless. Even if the test comes back negative. And that test, Diamond says, when they did that test on Coda, she says, he cried. He screamed on a child that she says, they got to come up with a different way to test this than a Q-tip up a nose. Yep. Yep. Yeah. She says, because Anna's an only child. So Diamond, my son-in-law and daughter, feel sorry for Anna. Her mother's not the best parent, and I tell Diamond that all the time. But Anna will be like, can the kids come out by me? So Diamond, says okay, being cousins, they're cousins. It's cousin day, like Bima has, But it's ridiculous. But not to tell and say, oh yeah, Anna's school shut down because they had 23 cases. It's crazy. So what I was saying, not that I got off subject here, I'm sorry, is wouldn't this make a cute belly band in a journal? Or this one? That'd be a big journal though, because I wouldn't want to cut these because they're beads. And just like this one. This one's kind of springy. Yeah. And then I got this. This one's a bracelet. But I always think, what can I do with this other than this? It's all that beadwork that person puts in there. Do you know this piece alone right here? I didn't pay it. Kathy sent me these, but a friend of mine that does this beadwork, guess what this would be if I tried to sell this piece right here? Let's see if anybody can guess what this piece right here, this armband. Yep, $100 easily. Yep. Yep. So I said, and then the necklace. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to use them in. What I was going to do is I was going to take, this is not the pricey necklace. This is not even native. The rest are native. I wanted to put that going across the top. What do you think, you guys? Think that looks good going across the top there? No. Yeah. Yeah. He told me that's $100 piece right there. Because he does this. He does all this. Because I was showing him. And the pieces he does, the one he showed me, oh my God. Gorgeous. It'd be like, say this was my top of my armband. He had a turtle. He did a turtle. A turtle. It was so cool. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to start on this end. Once I get this glue down, I'm going to snip this little silver piece off. But for now, I'm just going to leave it until I get it glued down. She's like, my God, Mom. She had it, because the reason she called me is to vent and then ask me questions, because she's like, because we were always worried about Grandpa. My father-in-law. I was like, "Do you know when the last time I seen Grandpa?" And I'm like, "No." She goes, "I can't remember if I went in and see Grandpa." I said, "Well, instead of panicking about Grandpa right now," she goes, "Yeah." I said, "Just wait till you get the test results back about Allie, which will come back, I guess, in a day." She goes, I said, "Did the kids have contact with him?" "No, the kids were in a van or in the truck." I went in, we talked. She goes, I don't, she goes, "I can't remember if I hugged him, you know, and my father-in-law is 77 years old." I said, "Were you in a house?" She goes, "No, we were outside. He was sitting on a picnic table because they had to borrow some money." No, I'm not in StreamYard, Teresa. But, um, kids had to borrow some money, and my father-in-law borrowed the money, and they went over to pay him back. She goes, "He was actually outside sitting on a picnic table." I said, maybe that was a good thing. You were in a direct contact in a house." She goes, "Yeah." She's like, "But you?" I seen the kids Monday for about 10 minutes and I hugged them. So I have to quarantine myself. I think would be the best bet. So I will not be going anywhere myself because just in case, because they were here on Monday and I gave them hugging and loving. So, yeah. Well, Diamond did the quick hug. "Hi, Grandpa. And then they sit there and talked outside until they weren't. She goes, I said, "How long were you at Grandpa?" She goes, 5, 10 minutes, if that. Because the kids were in the car. All we did is drop off the money we borrowed. We talked, asked him how he was, gave him a quick hug, and then we basically left. I said, he's probably safe. She goes, "I can't keep doing it." She goes, "I can't keep." She goes, "Because the kids would be able to. So kids would have been actually going in my school district. The kids used to. Diamond put them out in her school district because she's a full-time student right now. She's like, "Mom, I might have to give up school if this continues." And I said, "You know what, Diamond? Is such thing." And I told her to check with their human resources at school. And I said, "I think you'll probably qualify." She goes, "What?" I said, "Because you paid for your classes." She goes, "Yeah, school's paid for." I said, "There is such thing as hardship." She goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "If a tragedy, something or another, you can take so many weeks off of an education. So it's a lot." I said, "And right now, if this continues, you probably can fall under hardship, and when you go back to school, they can't fault you or hold it against you." I said, "I would check." She's like, "Oh, I'm going to." She goes, "Because," she says, "if this happens one more time, the kids are getting pulled." She goes, "I get they need to be in a school environment," but she goes, "This is crazy." And I'm like, "Yeah." So, hot tamale on my fingertip there. Hot, hot, hot. Yeah, yeah. She just literally started 2 days. She literally started. She's not even through her first semester. It's yeah. So I, she said she's gonna check. But she didn't pay for all the way to the end of the year. She only paid up to January. Her thing is, if she has to postpone taking her classes because of the kids having to come home to be homeschooled, is if she can pick up where she left off, or does she have to start right back at the beginning? Because right now, she had to cancel 3 appointments, 3 mock-up interviews today. She says these people were so sweet, Mom. And I'm like, what? She goes, because before I went and got the kids, I called my interviews. Because Diamond was supposed to come over today and hang out with me after Riley literally just got to school. Just got to school. And she had to turn around and go get her. They didn't even let Riley in the classroom. Riley went straight to the office. They were hoping to catch Diamond before they should put Riley on the bus. Or no. Yeah. So, she called her 3 interviews. There were mock-up interviews because she had to do it for an assignment. So she literally text messaged her professor, because this is her grade. This is a grade right now. This is part of the grade. Explained to the professor why she had to cancel these interviews today. And he's like, I'll extend you 2 weeks. So he extended the interviews for 2 weeks. So she's not getting penalized because she ain't going to have her interviews in on the third day. Because she can't go. She can't go. She goes to campus on Monday, and she was supposed to have all her this paper in on Monday. She's supposed to do the interviews, write a paper, and turn it in on Monday to the professor, or however they do that. I don't know how it works, but the fact she had to get the kids tested. She was supposed to have an interview with one of her mock interviewers at 10 o'clock. So she called the interview person that she was supposed to interview because she had a number to call him, and then they were going to do it over like Messenger or whatever. And she told him what was going on. And she said, Mom, the guy was so sweet. So sweet. He says, how's this? Instead of trying to, because you can ask questions and they can email the questions back too. He said, how's this? Instead of trying to schedule this, because Diamond has to work on because they have to be counselors. They have to legitimately be counselors. He said, instead of trying to work you into when I'm available, send me an email with the questions, and I will sit back and I will answer the questions and I will email them back because that's allowed. And he says, and I will let blah, blah, blah professor know that because she had to do so many in person or over the line and so many by email. And he says, and he goes, I think he'll understand because of the situation right now. I mean, she can prove it. So that one was taken. The other one said, no problem, just email the questions. The other third person's like, we can reschedule. Just let me know in 2 weeks' time. We'll reschedule. She's like, okay. Or when you can reschedule. Well, then she got a hold of her professor that actually, she said, Mom, when I texted him, he called me back. I mean, she's got 3 kids that she has to have tested again. She goes, well, she's like, I don't know if they're going to test all 3, but I'm stuck home with 3 kids for the next 14 days in a schedule where I'm on campus on Mondays, which I can't go to now, and courses. The only day Diamond does not have any courses is today. It's her free day. She calls it her study day. And then, of course, the weekends. Which is like, but she goes like one class is 8:30 to 10:30, then 12:30 to 3:30, and it's throughout the week. She's like, how am I supposed to? Oh God. She goes in. There's only so many times I can put a kid in front of a TV and keep up with their own studies. Because now the kids, due to the fact they are quarantined for 14 days, she told me, are going on a can't say that word, virtual learning. So she goes, I have to schedule to make sure they can see their virtual learning. She goes, I might as well just keep them home. I said, you probably ought. I said, Diamond? I said, personally, you probably should. And she goes, what do you mean? I said, because you'd get in a routine. And she goes, yeah. I said, think about it. They're started virtual learning. You know what time the kids have to be in class or whatever. You could. And she goes, yeah. So I feel for parents right now. I really do. So that's that on the top. That looks kind of good, don't it? I like that up there. I'm going to take these off after this dries because they're metal. And I'm gonna have to get my snips out and snip that right off. So she says, at least my professor was awesome because this Diamond had this worked out because Riley was going to be a full-time student, full kindergarten or preschool this year, which didn't work out because she's only half day, but it's only Riley. Okay, but she was in a panic. She's in a panic. My daughter panics. She don't think she panics, but she panics. All right, let's put this away. Now, what do I want to do? So, this is going to be a weird little piece. Hi, Fiber. By the way, I did say hi to you. Because it's supposed to be Mother Earth. I have the tree. I got stars. The stars are cool hanging there. I'm trying to think else what I was going to do, and then I lost my thought. I lost my thought, guys. Let's see. Oh. I lost my whole perspective on this page when I answered the phone. Let me take a second here and remember what I'm doing. Is everybody out there watching me? I'm talking and grab. I lost my perspective what I was doing. I was putting this up here. It's Mother Earth. I got the tree. It's crazy. This whole 2020 is crazy. Just crazy. I gotta give my daughter kudos. Yep. Well, I'm sorry, Jennifer, you're just gonna have to make him. He doesn't have a choice. Sometimes tough love. My grandpa was a tough love. My grandfather always told me, because I'd say, "Why are you doing this to me?" And he would say to me, "Someday you will thank me for it." And you know what? I'm 48 years old, and I look back at stuff, and I can remember stuff that happened. And my grandpa, how my grandpa wasn't a spanker, so yeah, you don't have to spank your child or to discipline your child. Because I'm 48 years old, and there's only 2 times I remember my grandpa spanking me. 2 times, 2 times, and then he felt bad. He felt bad, but it taught me a lesson. But it wasn't a beating; it was a spanking. But I would get grounded. Well, my grandpa's thought was, instead of doing one load of wood today, because we heated the house with wood, okay? And he backed the truck up to the wood pile. And you have to understand, my grandpa had a heart condition, so my grandpa couldn't overexert himself. So he backed the truck up to the wood pile. I would load the truck up with wood, and then he'd back it down to a hole in the house, and then I'd empty the wood through that hole, and then I'd have to go downstairs and stack that wood. Oh, okay. And it was in the winter. It's cold, and every couple of days we'd do that. Well, if I got in trouble for something, my punishment was, instead of just doing one load of wood, I'd have to do 2 loads of wood. That was his punishment. I figured that out one day when I was about 10. But on the other hand, I was diagnosed with manic depression when I was 13 years old, and I was never medicated for it. Never. And I'd be like, jumping off the walls, and then I'd sleep. But my grandpa always knew he could target it. He knew when I guess you want to call it episodes or whatever. He'd lead me into a direction to do something. Because when I was hyper, the manic, I don't remember. whatever one, he'd find a chores for me to do. He'd find something for me to do to be focused on. But tough love, because the problem is, and this is what I think the theory is, and my daughter has come to realize this, is when I was a kid, we didn't have the PlayStations, Nintendo, the internet, all that. She has more issues with Coda if she takes that. He has to get off the Xbox. They used to give him an hour. Now he's down to 20 minutes because he throws such a thing. It's unbelievable. Plus, I told Diamond, when I was a kid, we didn't have TVs in our own room. We didn't have a TV. We didn't have our own Xboxes. We didn't have the internet. So what she did is she took everything out, TV wise, VCR wise, PlayStation wise, Xboxes, whatever they own. I don't remember what console they own. And they don't have it in their room anymore. Diamond did a section downstairs. They call it the gaming area. The TV's there, the console's there, there's the carpet, chairs, and that's where they are. It's no longer in their bedrooms. And they are only allowed 20 minutes to playtime on the Xbox now because his reaction, and he has to earn that 20 minutes. It's not a given. If he acts out, he doesn't get it. And she times him. She bought a timer. And if he throws a tantrum because he has to get off, he loses it the next day. And they do watch movies. But usually their movie times is family time. They'll all get together and Diamond does popcorn or whatever. And the family watches a movie. But she noticed with Coda, because I made a comment, he gets so aggressive when he's playing that Xbox. Whatever he plays. I don't know what it is. But it's too easy for parents to put their kids in front of a laptop, Xbox. I call it babysitting parenting. Entertain them in front of an Xbox, a VCR, or a DVD, or a laptop. There you go. Yep. They have to go to school. That's the whole thing. And I'm not claiming that I'm the perfect parent, because I wasn't. By no means. Yeah. Screen time. Yeah, exactly. Because I walked past his room one day and I was like, who is this? Who is he yelling at? So I opened the door. He's yelling at the TV, yelling at this game. And I was standing there watching him. And Diamond's like, Mom, what are you doing? I said, how long has he been playing it? She goes, 10 minutes. I'm like, oh my God. So they have limited, and I can't remember what he plays. It's not a really violent game either that he's playing. I just can't remember what it is because he only plays one game. But I told Diamond, it don't even matter on a game. It's if things don't go right in the game, he gets really mad. They had to limit who because he used to play with a friend of his. They can't play together either on both ends. Both moms got this together and said, this is enough. So now they're not allowed to play the game because they play online with, however that works. I don't know much about gaming. But they're not allowed to do that either because they were awful to each other. And I'm like, they shouldn't have them in their rooms. And her and Sam stare at me like I'm the dummy. And I'm like, and they're like, what? I said, I wouldn't have anything in their bedrooms. TV, games, nothing. I said, the bedrooms should be bedrooms. I said, I didn't have a TV in my room. I said I did have a record player, but I didn't get that until stereo system until I was like a teenager. Why? I said because he has the attitude that it's in his room, it's his. You take it out of the bedroom and you put it in a game zone, it's yours. You own it. You can take it away. So I said, just try it. Yeah. So they try. I said, do me a favor. What? I said, take the TV, everything out of his room, make a game zone downstairs or whatever spot for a week and see if there's a difference. She said there was a major difference. I said, yeah, because I always looked at your room as your business. I gave you a bedroom, it's yours, just keep it clean. And then I said, how old was Xavier before he got his TV in his room? She goes, what, oh God, 14. I said, yeah, and Coda's 7. Riley's 4. Allie's 10. They all got TVs. Take the electronics away. So now nobody has them. Allie's got the privilege though, because Allie's room is downstairs. Her and Leah's rooms are downstairs, and the game room's downstairs. Sometimes but Allie's not a gamer. And okay, back to my thought here. I have the tree, because I think Mother Earth, tree of life thing, and I was gonna do a moon. Nah, that I might have to put this aside until I get back and call it a day here because I totally lost it. Cool. See, I never got into jewelry making. Do you want to see something? I'll show you something as long as we're talking jewelry. I'll show you an old tool from the 1800s. Let me get it. Has anyone who's ever seen one of these? History lesson. I lost my train of thought on my picture, so I'll put that aside until I can get my thought back on it. Do any of you know what that is? Oh, you selling essential oils? You guys know what this is? Okay. Any of you know? I want to see if anybody knows. Okay. It's a lusset. This is how, in the 1800s, they made cording. This is a small one. I just have the small one. You go like this. Oh, now I have to remember. It's been a while. It's called lusset. Wrap it around. Oh, man, Tina. Think now. There we go. There we go. Bring this through. It's been a while since I did this. Yep, 4 cords. Yep. It's been a while since I did it. I came across it when I organized my craft room. Now I have to remember how to do it. Oh, give me a minute at the root. Yeah. Wrap it around. There we go. Yep. You want one of those? Yeah. And then you just bring this string up over. It's been a while since I did it. I do this in camps and I'd make bracelets for the kids. And then you just bring the string up. Oh, I can't get it. Yep. It takes me a while to get it back in the hang of it. So I'm gonna have to rewatch the video. But you can make really tight braidings. Let me see if I can find what I'm missing. I forgot I had it. Because I've been rendezvoused for 2 years. And it's been a while. but it's from the 1800s. I seen one that was this big. Yeah. If you do it right, yes, you can. I just. It's been a while since I did it. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot. But I have a bigger one out in the camp box. Ah, I remembered. There we go. I knew I'd think of it. I got too many rounds. That's the problem. It's. I had a guy buy one for his daughter because she did it. See, if I wanted to add a bead, I'd have to find the end of this point and put the bead on. Bring this up. Okay, bring that up, pull it down, and you turn it. There we go. Haha, I remembered. Bring it up, pull this down, turn it. I knew I'd think of it. I just had to refresh it. I have a tendency to pull a little too tight. Boom, turn. Can you imagine doing this with big? Yeah. But this is how they made cords for their dresses, whatever they needed cords for. That's how they used to do that back in the day. 1790, the book I got on this. 1790. It is a tight. See, I go really tight. But one time I had 6 colors going through it. 6 colors. I just grabbed one color. And I use thin stuff right now. See, if I went to do the beading, like you said, you load the beads first. When I did the first one, you don't load the beads first. You load the bead on this string, which is this over here. You bring the bead in so that the bead would be here, and when you rounded it and you brought this up, and the bead would be right there when you pulled it. So the bead would be in right here. Yeah. Because I did a bead one. I think Allie's got it. That took me a long damn time. But I used my bigger one, and I didn't use the Taiwan. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, right now, I would be loading the bead. I'd be putting a bead on this pile. And I would bring the bead in, and the bead would sit right there on this string. So when I brought this around and I brought this up, your bead would get locked right there, and you would pull it, and your bead would be good. And then you go on and so forth. Yeah. It takes a while with the bead, especially, well, right now, this would not be, I would never do bead ones with this one. Because I had Scott, I paid $30 for this one. Well, and then after I learned it real good, and I looked, because I got a book with it and the directions. I bought this when we did, because I do live in history. We used to. We haven't did it in 2 years because of Scott's not having any vacation. So I Watched a lady do it. I bought her her husband makes these. Well, then she's and I learned from her. I bought the book, sat there, bought her book, bought this, and it came like a kit. I sat there one afternoon with her, and I did this. And then she got out her big ones. I mean, she had big one like this big. So what I did is, she goes, honey, just have your husband go make you the bigger ones. You don't have to buy them from me. She was an elderly lady. She was so sweet. So I have one. I had two this size. Scott traced me another one of these. This is my original. The one in the camp box, because I didn't want this to get lost with kids doing it. He made me a whole bunch of little ones, and I'd sit with kids and teach kids. And then I have a size up. I think I went up to almost the size of a quarter. But it all depends the string you use too, because I got like shoelace type, that width. God, my God, that was hard. You have to have strength. You definitely have to have the strength. Yeah. But when I did the beadwork one, I had to load the bead as I went. I used pony beads on that one because I used my bigger one. But yeah, you put the bead on now, and you round it, then you bring this up, and it locks the bead in. The history thing. See, and then when you're done, you take this off, and you take them off here. God, my fingers can't work. And you would, because you can pull it apart, you would tie this off with the string here. I'm not going to tie it off. You would bring your string. I would cut and bring it in and then knot it. But that's the weave you can get. This is a small one though. See how tiny it is? But I've done them where I did 5 different colors. It's really hard to see. And then, boom, all gone. But yeah, it's spelled Lucet. Lucet. And you could do doubles if you wanted. Like, say, I haven't did a double. I'm not even going to try to do a double. But you would put this in the hole. Because what I usually do is I wrap this around. And then I put a piece of tape. You'd go like this, wrap, and then you'd bring this up and bring it down. See, I screwed up. See, I already screwed up. A knitting fork. See, I've never heard it called a knitting fork. Yeah. But it's from the 1700s. Sailors used it. Yeah. It's kind of cool gadget. I just came across it the other day when I was cleaning. I'm like, oh, there you are. But they didn't use string either. They actually used something like this. I'll show you. I got the artificial. What did I do with that? I have the artificial because I really don't make it like they used to. It's called sinew. Right here. It's sinew. Was made out of anything fat from animal skins. Because we do the fur trade era. And then they put a wax on it. This stuff does not break. This is artificial. If you go to get the real stuff, you pay a big dollar. That's how they would. This is what they would use this to even stitch injuries. Crazy, ain't it? But I'm gonna let y'all go. Go do my chores. See if I can figure out what I lost my inspiration. Hopefully I get it back. Because I had this whole thought in my head. And now I don't know where it went, so I'll come back to this tomorrow. Got too much on my mind now. I hate when that happens. So, I want to thank you all for stopping in and spending your morning with me for a little while. But I had a whole bunch of girls. They all made friendship bracelets for each other one afternoon. Yep. Animal fiber. Yeah. Yep. Animal fiber. The stuff is strong. This ain't the real stuff. This is because we got some of the real stuff. They sewed their leather pants with this. They stitched. That's why. Well, I don't have this for that, but yeah, their tents. They got a hole in their tents. They'd use this as their thread. Yeah. Yeah. Animal fiber. I watched it being made. You know how you get a hide and you scrape off all that uckiness? They would put that in a pail or separate. And then they'd take that and then mush it up and add this other stuff. Hi, Dawn. And then they'd make this. It's crazy. It's really weird how it was done. Not weird, but the technology. Yeah, what they had to do back in the 1800s and 1700s. And we think we got it tough. Mm. Alrighty, I will talk to y'all later. I hope you guys have a better day than I started my day out. Well, I started my day out good, and now I'm going to be worried with the kids. And I'm going to go clean my bedroom. Because Scott brought see, I don't like stairs. So Scott brings my laundry down for me and our laundry down for me, and then I wash it. And then of course he'll be like, laundry needs to be brought up. And he brought the laundry up 2 days ago. And I hop out of the bed, I get dressed. I don't pay no attention. Because I'm in a morning routine. And he goes to me, are you going to fold the laundry? And I'm like, well, bring it up. He goes, I did 2 days ago. I go in, go in the bedroom. Because we have a pack and play in our bedroom. From when Riley's here. Matter of fact, that's disappearing because she don't sleep in it. She gets out of it. So it's going bye-bye. Well, it's at the end of our bed against the wall. He put the clothes baskets in the pack and play while I was sleeping. I was sleeping when he brought them up. And I didn't even notice them in the pack and play. There's only 2 baskets. I mean, there's only 2 adults here. So I go, well, where are they? He goes, they're in the bedroom. I'm like, they're not in the bedroom. He goes, they're in the bedroom. I walk in the bedroom. I look. I'm like, you tell me where the baskets are. And he says, he points at the pack and play. I'm like, why would you put them in the pack and play? He goes, well, because you were sleeping and I didn't want you to trip on them when you got up. His point was made. It was a good idea. I got it. But I was like, I don't pay attention what's in the pack and play. They don't know. We don't know. Allie's she has a runny nose, really bad runny nose, a fever, and a headache. Yep, and elevated. So I'm going to get in my bedroom, put my laundry away, pull the sheets, because I realized, I said to Scott, I usually pull my sheets once a week, and I forgot to do it last week, so I got to do sheets. Get that cleaned up, do that, and I got a new vacuum. So I want to vacuum my bedroom with a new vacuum. I got a new Kirby. Yeah. I have broken my big toe. I don't know how many times. I can only imagine if they took an X-ray, because there ain't much you can do for a broken toe. I nailed my broken toe like 3 weeks ago on my metal table. Oh, that hurt. That was very painful. I'll sit here and chat with you ladies. I'm in no hurry. Can you tell I really don't want to go do anything? But I think out in the pack. Yeah, it's a playpen. You guys know what a pack and play, right? Is it's just like new thing for a kid, baby. That's what she used to sleep in. Sleep in when she was here. Well, no, I said to Scott, I'm taking a sucker down because guess what? I said sometime the last time I had Riley overnight, I got to check on her. She wasn't in the pack and play. She literally got out of the pack and play because she's 4 now and was sleeping out in the living room on the living room floor. So I said, I'd rather just put her to sleep on the living room floor on because we have these little fold out couches things. I gotta find Riley and her own because I have one coat for Coda, one for Ellie, not one for Riley, and I have to get my. She'd rather sleep on that. And I'm gonna. Yep, it's going bye bye today. You just ordered it. How much did you pay for it? I'm curious. Yep. My first Kirby is 24 years old. Coda was a year old. Not Coda. Xavier was a year old when we bought it, and it was sounding like the motor was about to die. $16. See, that's what you get for buying somewhere else. Well, I bought mine at the event. No. I also have this damn thing too. I don't know where it is though, where you can weave. It's about this long. You have threads going in, and it's yeah. I was trying to find something I could do in camp that was small to demonstrate because there's some events that Scott and I do. We'd have to um demonstrate something. So I bought that gadget. I bought this weaving gadget thing, something small that I could carry in a camp. Because you had to do something to demonstrate somewhat in that era. So what Scott would always do is we he would um shave the wood with the old shaver. He'd show kids how to do that. Debarking. Yeah. He did it. He carried a log about, oh God, it probably arm's length. He shaved it at one site. Okay. At one event. The next event, he started chipping with his tomahawk, and he was hollowing it out, and he made a mini canoe. Mini canoe. It was kind of cool, just to show. That one actually, one of the guys at the event that host that asked, "What are you gonna do with that?" Scott goes, "Hell if I know." So he goes, "Can I have it?" He wanted to display it because Scott did a damn good job shaving off the bark, chiseling with his tomahawk, hollowing it to make a canoe. A weaving, yeah, loom, yeah, a weaving loom, yeah. I could never get that. That drove me crazy. I gave up on it. I'm a hand, bead, and then I'd do bead work, or I'd make necklace with beads and stuff. Nothing big, but I always had. See, you get that smart. We had a Boy Scout troop come through one time, and I'll never forget this. Never forget this. This kid knew his history because we do the fur trade era. Women weren't with their men; they left their asses back in Europe. You usually found a squaw, and this kid goes to me, their wives didn't come with them. Oh, cool. And he said to me, fur trade men didn't bring their wives with them out in the woods. And I said, I know. They didn't even bring their wives overseas. He goes, they'd be away from their families for months, if not years. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Then what are you doing here? And I said, "Oh," I said, "the government." I was quick on my toes. I said, "The government hired me to teach the native children English." And I fell in love with a fur trader, and I married him. And now I go from the encampment to encampment. Well, he goes out in the woods. And the kid went silent. Jingles, who's a school teacher who's really into history, said, "Tina, that was good." He goes, "You did good." He goes, "'Cause he stumped you. I saw him, the look on your face. And then when you came back with that, that was awesome," he said. We call people that walk through the encampments flatlanders. I get the best question I ever got, and I'll never forget it. And I so wanted to because I was not in really the mood. Because people can be really rude. I mean, I put up a canvas tent. I have a tent to sleep in, and then I have a canvas going off to my tent where I cook. And I had sky displays. You know, his traps, his furs. Amazingly, I do that. It's my thing. Scott could care less. Scott's like, we don't need all this stuff, but I like to. I had this lady go, "Is that for sale?" And I'm like, "No." And she's standing underneath my canvas where my table's set up, and she's arguing with me. "Well, you get paid to do this," and blah, 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 and she's going on and on at me, and I'm like, I finally said, "Woman," she's like, "What?" I said, "Where do you live?" She goes, "Well, about 6 blocks from here." I said, "Can I get your address?" And she's like, "Why?" I said, "So I can come to your house tonight and stand in your kitchen and be rude to you. Because right now, this is my home for the weekend. And first off, I don't get paid to do this. I pay to do this. I am not a trader. I'm a trader, but I am not selling my stuff." And I was even polite enough to go get her a book where she could buy them, the hides. I'm usually polite. I looked at this one lady walking around the cabinet. She had to be 70 years old, and she didn't look right. I'm like, "Ma'am, would you like to sit down?" And I gave her some water, and she goes, "Yeah, I need to sit, but I wish I could lay down for 20 minutes." I'm like, "My bed's yours." And I said, and I open it because I have a big bed. We put a bed in our tent. I don't sleep on the ground. I'm in a bed. And she's like, "Oh my God, do you have a bed in here?" I'm like, "Yes, it was the must." I said, "I have back problems, and we bought a bed. We put it together every time we go out." So she laid down, and her son. She was with her son. He goes, "Thank you so much. She wanted to do this, but she just doesn't realize she can't walk in this heat anymore." I'm like, "Not a problem. As long as we keep her dehydrated." Fed her some grapes and fruit and gave her some water, and she laid down, took a nap for half an hour, and she woke back up. She was fine. But the favorite question I get is that fire real? And I so want to tell people, no, it's not real. I run an extension cord from somewhere. Put your hand in it, see if it's real. Of course it's real. Jennifer, what I'm talking about is me and Scott's living history that we do. I will show you a picture. Hang on. Let me find. Scott and I usually do live in history. We haven't did it for 2 years because of the fact that Scott switched jobs and he has no vacation time yet. He actually got told he's got vacation, but it's only a week. Yeah, they asked me that. Yep. Is that fire real? And I looked at this. I will never forget that because I so wanted to say, no, no, it's we run an extension cord. But put your hand in it and see if it's real. Or do you really cook on that? That's another one. Nope, not at all. Let's see. I'm gonna use. Yeah, those are the funny ones. Yeah. Let me get to my pictures here. Where are my photos? I hate this new Facebook. Yeah. Is it real? Yeah. Nope, not at all. Come on. Where are my photos? Oh my God. Get off that. I didn't want that. I love my tablet, this Apple tablet that Scott bought me. I love it. Don't get me wrong. But it is really touchy. Why isn't oh God. Miney. Groups. No, that's not what I want. Where are my photos? What, they take your photos away with this new thing too? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I made a comment and we were talking, we're on a campfire. I think people don't realize that we actually can't. I think they walk in and we just set this up and we all leave at night. Because I was like, I said to the lady, I sleep here. I don't go home. I'm like 90 miles from home. I would not go drive 90 miles and then come back for 90 miles. No way, it doesn't happen. I cannot find my pictures on this new Facebook at all. That is just weird. Jennifer, when I find the pictures, I'll send you. Well, see, my fire's underneath my dining tent, so you're not supposed to enter the tents unless you allow it. So yeah, it's weird. Oh, here we go. I found my photos. Hang on. Let me see. Come on, Lord. Okay. Technically, I've had people don't care. They walk right through like they own the place. Okay. Let's see. It's not the best picture, but here is me and Scott's camp. Okay. It's not the best picture. We own all those tents right there. That's the small one. Okay. This one is ours. That's ours. That's ours. This is the Diamond and Sam's tent now because it's bigger. That's at Xavier's. And that's me and Scott's. Usually this dine fly, we have a dine fly in front. This usually, when me and it, when it's just Scott and I, this dine fly goes on in this tent. Because if you see the cupboard system, you can't really see my stove. Let me see if I got a different picture. Let's see, let's go back. Let's see. Granny's may have better pictures. Here's how me and Scott's tent looks 90% of the time. Come on, line up. That's all the stuff that I put out. There we go. That's a good picture of my tent. That's me and Scott's encampment. Right there, that black thing right here. That's where I cook. I used to cook, we dig a hole in the ground and I cook from there, but once when I hurt my back, I almost went in the fire, so Scott made me that stove. And here's another friend's tent. That's another one, friend of ours. And that's Jingles. There I am. Oh, nope, that's my little rendezvous dude. There's me. Do my dishes on that. There's our pelts. Can you guys kind of see? Ah, Diamond playing with the turtle. They have different little events. I think it goes to the kids. Kids are making rope the old way. There's a better picture. Oh, Spiny Conan. This is a long time ago. Let's see. Okay. They braid the rope. See the rope? Oop. They braid the rope. He's showing them how to braid the rope. That's how they used to do the rope. He does the rope and they all can make their own rope. But that's living history. That's kind of I do. Let's see. Oh my god, looking at my pictures is so weird. Yep, the clothing. Yep, we wear the clothing. I mean, look at Coda. It's hard to believe. Look at how cool little Coda is. He's so little. Let me see if there's a picture of me in my clothes. Oop. I'll find a picture of Scott and I. Like I said, this is so touchy. Here's Diamond in her dress. With how she has to dress. Yeah, these are a while ago. Look how young Diamond looks. And here's Scott and his. This is our buddy Mihai. He looks right he fits the character right on, but that's how he looks every day practically, except probably puts blue jeans on instead. I know there's a picture of Scott and I in here somewhere. Oh my god, there's George. Our buddy George. Oh, here am I. Not a best picture, but there's me with my gun. And there's Scott and I. Yeah, yeah. Well, back then you didn't show skin, so yeah, it's trying to see if I can find a picture of it. Everything was covered. Everything was covered. Yep. It can be that one weekend. Oh, it was 90 out in the heat, out in the middle of a hayfield. Oh, it was terrible. We went to Lake Superior and went swimming, cool down. And then when we were out, me and Scott, before Scott, switched jobs, we would go out to Mihai's and help Mihai set that up. And I call them horse bath because it's like we wash one half and then you wash the other half. Well, we'd go out to Mihai's and we'd take a shower. We had people out there that was like, yeah, they let us use their shower, especially if you're out there. There's only so much you can wash with a washcloth. You really need a shower. And now if we were doing it, Diamond was only 10 minutes away, so that was cool. But but I'm gonna get off here. But yeah, we haven't been able to do them for 2 years because Scott has no vacation yet. Well, he just got vacation this year. And Mihai, the guy that Scott helped do these rendezvous, the 4 Win ones that we went. This was the last year. We were so bummed that we didn't get to go. But we went out there Thursday and visited with a bunch of people. But he tells Scott, I got so many people going, no, don't stop. So he says it's up in air. It might happen again next year. So Christy thinks it's because he wasn't there to be able to. Scott hasn't been able to help Mihai in the last 2 years. He thinks that's the reason why he was calling it quits. But then when he found out this, just when we were out there, Scott goes, "Yeah, I'll vacation next year." And Mihai perked right up. He goes, "Really?" Yeah, he says, "I'll have 2 weeks next year." He says, "So you'll be able to come out next year?" Scott goes, "Yeah, I'll be." He goes, "I'll pull a vacation." Or we switched the weekend. Like Mihai said, if they'd known he could have switched the weekend, he would have switched the weekend where Scott could have been there. Mihai's like, "Well, why didn't we think of that?" Because even Mihai goes, "I don't know why. I could have picked any weekend." So if he told Scott on the phone when Scott called him on Monday and asked how it went, he's like, "It went. I got a lot of people going, 'Don't stop.'" He said to the people, he's like, "You know what? I'll think about it and I'll talk with Scott." And where we do this rendezvous, it's just a little township. You blink, it's only got one road going down. One road that way, one road that way in a center. That's how big this little town is that we're in with Mihai's 4 Wins. And Mihai talked to the council. We can do it any weekend that we choose. So Scott gets a new schedule January. And they're gonna sit down and discuss it further, so it may not stop. And Mihai's like, "Well, just pick a weekend you're off. Then you can only, instead of using a week's vacation, you can just go that weekend and maybe 2 days prior." So they really want it to not stop. So we'll see. It's next year, 2021. We'll see. But I want to thank each and every one of you for hanging out here, listening to me chat. Sorry that I didn't finish the page. I lost my inspiration, my thought in my head once I got the phone call from Diamond. We know how that goes, right? So thank you for checking out the pictures with me and all that good jazz. I gotta go clean my room, put my laundry away. As always, be happy, be kind, be safe, be funny, be crafty, and bye for now, everybody. Oh.